There is a substantial risk of loss associated with trading forex, binary options, stocks, or equities, collectively, asset classes. Only risk capital should be used for trading. Trading in any asset classes is not appropriate for everyone. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. No representation is being made that investors will make profits, or will not sustain losses. Before trading in any asset classes, investors should consult with their professional broker, financial advisor, or financial consultant to determine whether trading asset classes is appropriate. Investors who trade in any asset classes should only do so if the capital used for this purpose represents funds that an investor can afford to lose without adversely impacting the investor's lifestyle. No trading strategy or methodology is without risk of loss. No trading strategy is risk-free, and no trading strategy can guarantee profits or freedom from losses. Investors risk losing the cost to execute any transaction, including associated commissions or fees. You should carefully consider whether trading in any asset class is appropriate for you in light of your investment experience and financial resources. Any trading decisions you make are solely your responsibility and at your own risk. None of the statements or materials in the Auvoria Prime chat rooms constitute a solicitation or recommendation to buy or sell.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the Developer Insight Call. Today is February the 2nd, 2023. January has come and gone. Quick update. Number one, great to hear Karina glad it worked. You are now good to go. My apologies again, just trying to keep up. So number one, Arrow. There are no updates for Arrow. Red light, green light is still being tested, making some changes before we release. So it looks like we're looking for a end of February launch. Market Maker, we will be testing out the new Market Maker starting tomorrow. The new Market Maker adjustments, and again, we pushed Market Maker back because we didn't just want to do just a regular re-optimization and then push it out. So with Market Maker, we did a few things. So we added the cheat code logic. For those that don't know, I've got a software called Cheat Code, and the logic is for cheat code is algorithmic trading. All right, so algorithmic style of trading. That logic was placed into cheat code. Into red light, green light, and we saw what it did for the back testing. Now we're just trying to tweak everything to make sure it works well, forward testing. But we put that logic in the Market Maker, all right, to help out with managing trades. There's times when people were, 1%, 2%, 3% in profit, but it wasn't far enough in profit to hit the profit lock. Well, with the, and then of course, price would reverse and hit stop loss. So it's a terrible feeling to be up 1%, 2%, 3%, thinking about closing your trades, but then I'll leave it alone and let Market Maker do its thing, turn around a couple hours later, a couple minutes later, either way, stop loss was hit and you are no longer in profit. You took a loss when you were in profit. So the algorithmic, logic from cheat code that's being placed in the Market Maker will help out with trade management to help secure that profit along the way. So instead of being up 2%, 3%, it's taking profit along the way, and you may only be up 1% instead of 3%, but 2% has already been captured. All right, so that's the benefit of that logic. We've added a news filter, and we're making some adjustments to the news filter. So we'll talk about that when the time comes out, as far as how unique the news filter is. It's not just going to allow you to pause for news, and of course, it's not good, things of that nature. It's going to have some pretty cool, unique features. Changes to the trend settings for each pair. So the trend settings were at different time frames, but as far as the parameters behind it were the same. Now we've customized it so that each pair has their own unique settings behind the actual trend. So there are different time frames, and the unique triggers to trigger the time frames is now also unique based on that pair. All right. And then lastly, but not least, once we do all that, then we re-optimize based on all the new changes that were added. So that is what's going on with Market Maker. All right. We're going to start testing tomorrow. And over the next 2 weeks, as long as everything goes well, then we will put out Market Maker so everybody has the updated version. All right. Those are the updates. Questions? Comments? You can unmute your mic and speak.
Hi, Nathan. Can you hear me?
Again.
Yeah, I just had a couple questions. I guess when I use MMT, I usually just trade NAS. I don't trade US 30, and I don't trade DAX either. I know I've asked you this question before, but do you think that opens me up to more risk, just because I'm not using other instruments to trade? I just want to hear your take on something like that.
No, it minimizes the risk. Imagine, if you're in, you're trading two pairs and you got four positions open versus you're trading one pair and have two positions open. News comes out, you hit stop loss. So instead of hitting stop loss on four positions, you only hit it on two. So it actually minimizes your risk. But it also minimizes your gains. You think about it, let's say that news comes out and it just pushes price to TP extremely fast. So instead of having four positions hit TP, you only have two positions hit TP. So it just minimizes your exposure to the market. It either protects you on the downside, or it limits you on the downside as far as your losses, or it also limits you on your gains, from a standpoint of profits.
I guess what I mean by that is and I understand what you're saying, but I guess what I mean by that is, am I not diversified enough with the MMT strategy? And I hear what you're saying as far as, having more positions open at one time, but say you were, trading smaller position sizes or something like that. Are you overly exposed to just one thing, or, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yep. So
same feelings,
my
I guess.
question here is up to you. If you see that DAX and US 30 aren't performing the way you want, then turn them off. A lot of people have, except for those who are on the brokers that are performing the best, which has been IC Markets and Multibank. Those two brokers, long term, running all three pairs, have been doing very, very well. If anything, I think I've heard a couple people turn off DAX, but for the most part, they run just about every pair. And I know a lot of people, they're actually a couple hundred on Multibank that are all up, 150, 200% right now. And IC Markets the same. The majority are on Multibank. So it really depends on what broker you're on. If you're on Multibank or IC Markets, I would recommend running US 30 and NAS, or all three. Outside of that,
what about Envy? Do you still like Envy as a broker? That's what
No, and I've never recommended Envy. Well, they were recommended at the very beginning, but I no longer recommend them. They don't.
Okay.
The brokers there's a broker that's coming to the United States. The only brokers I recommend in the United States, or for customers that are in the United States, that we have access to here, are either IMGFX or LQDFX. IMG works well. However, I took my money off them because they're having a lot of legality issues. I'm not going to get into the details, but I don't like it. It would, if they're what do you call it? If they're broker closed tomorrow, suddenly it wouldn't surprise me because of what's going on, legally. And then LQDFX is another one. Of course, IMGFX is the best for anyone here to live in the States. Now, there's another broker coming. There's another broker coming that's going to have the same LP. Well, they're actually here, but they're creating a regulated side of the broker, and they're going to have the same LP provider as IC Markets. When they launch that, I will be recommending that for everyone that's in the United States.
What was that one again?
I'm not going to launch it until they set that up. So, but LQDFX and IMGFX are the only two that have the best, results for those who live here in the States. The third one will be the one that I recommend above all else. I'll recommend that one once they get the regulated side set up.
And you said it was LQGFX? LQ?
LQDFX.
All right. And I'm sorry, what broker do you use right now?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
I'm waiting for the regulated side.
Okay.
It sucks being here in America. I can't, I feel bad. Actually, I'm upset. I can't even use my own product because of how the quote time is set up with all the other providers. So when this provider here, and I've talked with the CEO of this broker, and we're going to get it set up so that all pairs are running exactly as they need to be. I actually get to have, I'll have my own custom pairs. I don't know if we'll call them. I'll probably see if he'll call them US30.MMT, NAS100.MMT, DAX.MMT. So if he can get that done for me, then I'll literally have him customize my own pairs for market makers specifically. And then I will be able to utilize a broker here, a book broker. It'll be regulated. So it'll be a good thing. So once that is done, then, I'll be recommending that broker over any broker that anyone can use here in the USA. So,
and do you have any type of time frame on that?
No.
Okay.
Not at the moment. The best thing to do that people have told me they've been doing and doing pretty well is to get a demo account from someone who can get you a demo account credentials for multi-bank or IC markets, and then just copy trade to your account. So I know a few people doing that. I'm thinking about doing it, but it's just a lot of work to have to maintain that and then to make sure that it's trading properly. So I haven't quite gone down that rabbit hole yet, but there are those people that are doing that.
And how do they do that exactly? They have a demo account with IC markets or multi-bank, and then
they copy trade their trades. They run market maker on that account, that demo account, and they copy trade it to their live account at another broker.
Okay. All right, I think that's most of my questions.
Good. Anybody else? All right, doesn't look like it. No one has any questions. Those are the updates as of right now. So looking forward to giving you more updates as we start the test next week with the market maker, giving you some results and let you know how the testing is going with everything that we've added. If no one has any more questions, then we will go ahead and end the call. And if you're going to trade today, make sure to trade responsibly. I'll see you guys in the funny papers.
Thank you, Nathan.
Thank you.